Welcome to the Junction, our weekly segment from Ardmore Leader, where we try to make some connections between Ardmorites. I'm Ardmore Leader News Director Michael Dean Smith, and joining us this week from the HFV Wilson Center is their Executive Director, Jemiah Cody. HFV Wilson Center currently undergoing a building campaign drive, trying to raise $10 million for a new facility there on East Main Street. Jemiah, thanks for joining us in the Junction this week.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So I'm sure plenty of kids and families are very familiar with HFV Wilson and a lot of the programs that you guys offer. But for anybody that maybe hasn't been in some time or has never been ever, would you mind just briefly kind of describing some of the different services and programs that y'all offer up there?
Yes, so we offer programs to youth, teens, adults, and seniors throughout Southern Oklahoma. Just to kind of give some examples, we have after school programs, before care. We do senior citizen bingo and exercises. We also have like open pickleball and open basketball gym for people to have the opportunity to come in and play during the day. We also have special events, whether it's a gala, our Mommy and Little Mister dances, our spring fling dances, art classes, and things like that.
It's the whole gamut. You had even mentioned too that there are like a couple of events not only for kids but also seniors as well. So just about anybody in Ardmore
Yes,
can take advantage of a lot of these.
yes, absolutely.
So, getting into this building campaign and the money you're trying to raise for a new facility, what is it about the current facility y'all have now that's really holding HFV Wilson back from doing any more growth or expanding some of these programs?
So, our current facility, the biggest issue is our capacity. And so, we are only, our building, as far as capacity, we're only able to have 799 in the building. And our after school programs, summer camps, majority of our mini camps, as well as our other programs, we can't offer additional spaces because of the capacity of our building. And so, whenever looking at things 2 years ago, ultimately, in order for us to grow and for the community to be able to get the services that are needed, we felt that it was in the best interest to look at the expansion. Just to kind of put some perspective on it, our classrooms currently, we can only have 19 students in a classroom.
Hmm.
With our new building, our square footage will be able to have 36 students per classroom. And so that's our biggest need currently is the fact that we're kind of busting out of the seams, is what we've more so called it. We've kind of done with what we had, which we're tremendously blessed. But we do know that in the city of Ardmore, the community, it's a huge need as far as what we do at the community center. And in order to fulfill those needs of our participants and those who utilize our services, we have to expand.
Are you looking at expanding the current facility, or is this going to be an entirely brand new facility and raising the current building?
So our current building, so where our stage and our auditorium is, all the way over to our playground, that side of the building was built in 1948. Our gym slash lobby side was built in 2000. And so the stage auditorium all the way to the playground is actually going to be demoed.
Okay.
And then we're going to put all brand new in those areas and then enlarge our current lobby.
Okay. Now, where does that campaign currently stand? I know you guys have a $10 million goal. Where are you guys at so
Yeah.
far, and how much is left to raise?
So we are at 5 million. And so we're at our halfway mark, which is amazing. And we have our goal for the budget is 10-1. But our overall goal is 12 million. Whenever you get, to breaking ground on a building that's 76 years old, there are unforeseen costs, things that may come up. And so we decided, that we would raise that 12 million to be able to give us extra cushion for things, that aren't seen.
Hmm.
And so we are our goal to raise overall that we have left is 7 million. For the budget is 5.1 million that we have left.
Okay. So $12 million actually is the total that you're hoping to raise. And okay, thank you for clearing that up for
Yes.
me. So, and I
Yes.
noticed I was doing some looking on your website, and you guys are asking for small donations, but it looks like too there were some incentives for individuals or maybe even some local businesses to make some of the larger donations. What were some of those incentives that I saw?
Yes, absolutely. So we do have the opportunity for naming rights for those that would like to contribute to the building. Um, if you're going to contribute, 100,000 or more, you have the opportunity to have naming rights to our building, whether it's a classroom, auditorium, playground equipment, um, different things. We have the opportunity for people to have naming rights if they exceed a certain amount that they're going to be donating.
Okay. So, what would be an easy way for somebody to donate? Obviously, stopping in might be one way, but what are some other ways that they can reach out to you guys?
So they can reach out to me by email, jcodyhfv@gmail.com, or there is a tab on our website to donate towards the building. And we have had some that are out of town that will also send in their pledges by mail to our P.O. Box 502 in Ardmore. And we've also put out that I think it's important for people to come in and tour the facility to understand why there is such a need. And so, if at any point, if anybody, if they say, if they give me a call and they say, "Hey, Jemiah, we want to come and tour the facility," we'll walk them around, answer any questions that they may have, and it'll conclude with giving them a pledge form and a donation form if they do decide, to give towards the campaign. Um, I think it's important that people do understand why it is such a need, and so them being able to come in and walk through and see kind of the things that we do on a daily gives them more of an understanding as to why we're doing this.
And I'd like to ask you too, Jemai, how long have you been working there with HFE Wilson, and what have been some of the big takeaways from your time there that you've really enjoyed?
So I started with HFV in 2015. I did an internship in my undergrad when I was in college getting my bachelor's. And after I did the internship, it was also through Parks and Rec here in Ardmore. I became the summer camp director. And then I worked part time for HFB from 2015 until 2018. And I applied for the position as program coordinator. And I worked that position for 2.5 years. And then I became the executive director. And I've been doing that since 2021. And I would say my biggest take from just being here is I've been able to see just the last 10 years kind of where we were, kind of where we're going, and now the future of the community center. Um, I do think that within the past 10 years that it has changed tremendously. Um, I do think that we offer services, one of the biggest takes is that people think that we only offer services to kids whenever that's not. We offer youth, teens, adults, and seniors, all of Southern Oklahoma. And I tell people all the time that I feel that it's important whenever they come into the community center that um, it's a community center where we're going to be able to offer you resources in addition to what we aren't able to do. And if you come into the community center and there isn't something that we offer, then we're able to get those resources that you do need. I consider it to be a big old family. And so I think the morale in the building and the overall of how we do things is, um, we love on them, we love on the kids, we love on the people that come into the facility. And um, we just want everyone to know, that it's a safe space for anybody to be at.
Mhm. Well, we're the HFV Wilson Community Center. Got about $7 million left of their $12 million goal to expand and build a new facility there on East Main Street. We're talking with Jemiah Cody, the executive director of HFV Wilson Center. And anything else you'd like to add? Anything else that maybe residents here in Ardmore don't know about HFV Wilson?
I think in addition to those big sponsorships, we also have pledges for individuals. It starts anywhere from $0 to $25 to $50 to $100 to 200 or more. And so, in addition to the big sponsorships, we also have the small sponsorships because I feel like it's important for each individual here in Ardmore to know that they have a lasting impact on the community center as well. And so I think that's really important for people to know. And I think this community center with the build, it's going to be here for another 100+ years. And I'm super excited just to see it happen and for the community to be able to have access to it.
And it sounds like with this campaign that you guys are doing, this is going to give a lot of people in town an ability to really have a personal connection to the community center. Like I said, even with those small donations, there are going to be ways that they can get recognized.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, Executive Director Jemiah Cody with the HFV Wilson Community Center, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and if anybody listening would like to learn more about the center or maybe even want to donate, make sure you visit their website, hfvwilsoncenter.com.
You're listening to this podcast, and so are a lot of other people in Southern Oklahoma. Ardmore Leader is about one thing, local. Local news, local events, and local business. So don't just buy another ad. Invest in your business. 319-9688 or visit ardmoreleader.com. Work with Ardmore Leader today and let's find new ways to tell your story to a local audience.